All right, let's boot up.
Guys, I legitimately thought that I was on time today. But, as per usual, we are...
Are we fashionably late?
We are. People are going to start thinking I'm late just so that I can play that clip. But, no, I am always trying to be on time, and yet I'm always late. This time about 30 minutes, right? Getting rid of some stuff here on the heads-up display so that we can get down to work. We're going to see how many ads we get. Please recommend an ad blocker in the comments, because for whatever reason my ad blocker has just completely stopped working. So if we're interrupted by a commercial every other song, we're going to have to just do without music until I can figure something else out. I'm looking at using one of the AI generated stuffs because you can't copyright AI stuff, so there's absolutely no chance of getting a copyright warning playing any of that stuff. So, what are we doing today? Today we are... Hey there, thanks for contacting us. Oh, I don't know how well I did in contacting them. I think I submitted a bug tickets, but anyways, task 8. We finished up task 7, did a bunch of silly mistakes towards the end there, and that's kind of, I think that's a reoccurring theme. We start out strong, and then by the end I kind of zone out and do stupid stuff. Tonight, though, different story. It's going to be nothing but perfection, start to finish. Local administrator password solution lapse. I don't have robot readings for this, so... Oh, first things first. Excuse me, we've got to start the machine. Oh no, an error occurred while starting VM parsing error. So let's just refresh and try again. Let's get rid of these. Start machine. Start machine anyway. It's gonna be like 100% before this gets started. So I'm going to have to ramble on that. Well, I can read some. So let's start reading. Again, I don't have robot readings for this. I forgot to prepare them. I'll show you what I have been doing all day, though, is I've been working on a case for the external antenna mod for the GLMT 300N V2. I think that's the model number. And that is one of the cheapest, most readily accessible routers that you can clone into a Hack5 Pineapple. I bought a bunch of them, and I'm going to be creating a video series on cloning pineapples and how to use pineapples. And as part of that, I'm creating a new case for them, because you got to take the case apart. I inadvertently wind up ruining the cases when I break them open, and so... And that's why the substitute case. And it is much like the folded Shigachi in that you fold it and kind of constrain everything with a lid, a locking lid this time around from the very beginning. And the benefit of making it folding is that it prints with all the sides face down, and then you can pick up patterns from like the holographic plates and the carbon fiber plates and have pretty designs all over the surface. All right, as you can see, I'm kind of rambling for padding here, but let's go ahead and start reading. This task discusses how to enumerate and obtain a local... I never feel like when I'm rambling that I'm making sense. A lot of run-on sentences, kind of meandering, rambling. Anyways, within the Active Directory environment, if a lapse feature is configured and enabled, Group Policy Preferences, GPP, a Windows OS, has a built-in administrator account which can be accessed using a password. Changing passwords in a large Windows environment with many computers is challenging. Therefore, Microsoft implemented a method to change local administrator accounts across workstations. Using Group Policy Preferences. GPP is a tool that allows administrators to create domain policies with embedded credentials. Once the GPP is deployed, different XML files are created in the sysvol folder. Sysvol is an essential component of Active Directory and creates a shared directory on an NTFS volume that all authenticated domain users can access with reading permission. All right, so we've seen all these words before at least once, except for the GPP. I think this is new. I mean, I could be wrong because there's been so many group policy stuff that's, I'm sure we've encountered preference. I'm not entirely sure we've encountered preferences, but a bunch of group policy stuff anyways. All right, we're going to break this out, view it in full screen. And then we're going to exit split view here. Do Bubba Seeds. Hello. Thanks for joining us. And we're just going to move this over this way. The issue was, wait, how far did we get? The issue was that the GPP relevant XML files contained a password encrypted using AES 256-bit encryption. At that time, the encryption was good enough until Microsoft somehow published its private key on MSDN. That's a problem. Since domain users can read the content of the sysvol folder, it becomes easy to decrypt the stored passwords. One of the tools to crack the sysvol encrypted password is Git GPPP password, or GPPP assword. Local Administrator Password Solutions lapse. In 2015, Microsoft removed storing the encrypted password in the sysvol folder. It introduced the Local Administrator Password Solutions, which offered a much more secure approach to remotely managing the local administrator password. The new method includes two new attributes, MS MCS admin password and MS MCS admin password expiration time of computer objects in the Active Directory. The that word attribute contains a clear text password of the local administrator, while the that word contains the expiration time to reset the password. Lapse uses ADM password.dll to change the local administrator password and update the value of that word there. And so here we have a screenshot. Okay. Enumerate for lapse. The provided VM has the lapse enabled, so let's start enumerating it. First, we check if lapse is installed in the target machine, which can be done by checking the ADM pwd.dll path, admin password path. All right, has lapse enabled, so let's start enumerating it, and we're going to enumerate it directory and that directory. All right, so let's get to work. Why do we need to put these quotations in here? Just out of curiosity, I want to see if it works without. Files. Lapse. CSE. I guess we do need the quotes, huh? And there's the DLL. The output confirms that we have lapse on the machine. Let's check the available commands to use for admin password commandlets as follows. Git command, admin password. All right, this is in PowerShell. And what's the, I know we've been using that weird bypass. I don't know what that's for yet. Let me know in the comments. But it's -ex bypass. Now we do get command ADM PWD in bold. So we have find rights, extended rights, get, reset, set, and then update. All right, next we need to find which AD organizational unit has the all extended rights attribute that deals with lapse. We'll be using the find ADM PWD extended rights commandlet to provide the right OU. Note that getting the available OUs could be done in the enumeration step. Our OU target in this example is THM org. You can use the dash identity and then wildcard argument to list all available OUs. Find ADM PWD extended rights identity THM org. Where's it getting the THM org from again? Does it mention that earlier? I guess we're supposed to have found that out in our enumerating step. Anyways, let's write this then. Find ADM PWD extended rights dash identity THM org. And we get the same output that we see here. The output shows that the THM group reader group in THM org has the rights to lapse. Let's check the group and its members. Net groups, THM group reader, THM group reader, Wait, what? Group in THM org has the right to okay. Let's check the group and its members. Nets, groups, THM, group reader, and it cannot be found. Net groups, THM. Net groups, THM group reader. More help is available by net groups. I spelled it right, it just looks weird. Do we skip it? No. Let's look here. Extended rights holder, THM lapse reader. I'm not seeing a group reader. Maybe they mean lapse reader. I think this is a... Yeah, this is a typo. Alright, so we want net groups. THM... Oh, THM lapse reader. Do we need the slash there? Oh, it's not even THM lapse reader, it's just lapse reader. All right, so let's go back here. BKM admin, the command. You know what? I have been neglecting using my notes, and I've forgotten a bunch of had in a bunch of troubleshooting notes here. So let's see, where are we? An update? No, skip this version. I don't even have an entry for harvesting credentials. All right, how do we do this? New note. Bear with me for a moment. I just have to do a little bit of bookkeeping here. Harvesting credentials. Why is it not showing up? I think I have to create a new notebook, not a new note, right? All right, 7 harvesting credentials. And let's see, this is task. Now we create a new note, right? Task 8, local administrator password solutions, lapse. Nope, still, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to delete the notes. Yes, delete it. And add yet another new notebook. No, go back. New note. Troubleshooting. And I'm going to make these notes available to everybody on my site. And so you don't have to make the same mistakes I made. Or in this case, make the same mistakes that THM made. THM group reader is actually THM what do we say it is? Not even THM, it's just lapse reader. Lapse reader. All right. Good enough. Sorry I had to go through all that. It's been a while since I opened up my notes or took any notes. I gotta go back and add some so that they are a valuable free resource for the community. Excuse me. Getting the password. We found that the BK admin user is a member of THM group reader. Again, that's lapse reader. So in order to get the lapse password, we need to compromise or impersonate the BKM admin user. Is this going to be another run as? After compromising the right user, we can get lapse password, the lapse password, using getadmin ADM PWD password commandlet by providing the target machine with lapse enabled. Let me read that again. After compromising the right user, we can get the lapse password using get ADM PWD password commandlet by providing the target machine with lapse enabled. Computer name, creds harvesting probably. Fake password. So this is just an example. Computer name. Is Is that a parameter we're supposed to change? Edison, welcome. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Are you still with us? I'm showing 0 viewers on my restream counter. That's weird. It is hardly ever accurate, so I don't know what to think of it. It is important to note that in a real-world AD environment, the lapse is enabled on specific machines only. Thus, you need to enumerate and find the right target computer as well as the right user account to be able to get the lapse password. There are many scripts to help you with this, but we included the lapse. Hello, how are you all guys doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. At the top of the show, I was showing that I am in the middle of printing a case for the GL MT300N V2 router, because anytime I open it up to do an external antenna mod, I ruin the case, and so it's going to be the case I'm recommending in the upcoming video to flash the Hack5 Pineapple to. And so people are probably going to want their own case as well, so that's what that's all about. Yeah, it's cool because you can, for mobile pen testing, you can use like just a regular battery bank. You don't have to buy Pi Sugar stuff or anything. And I'm gonna also, it runs OpenWRT. I'm also going to engineer it so that it has a mole clip. Excuse me. There are many scripts to help you with this, but we included the Lapse Toolkit PowerShell script in CTool to try it out. Which group has extended right holder and is able to read the lapse password? Which group? Okay, so in the reading it says THM group reader, but that is a typo. Let's see. I can't copy between the two of them. THM group reader. Lapse reader. Was it not a typo? Were they just putting that there as like a placeholder so they didn't give away the answers? I don't know. This should be Mr. Robot's go-to router. Agreed. By the way, they made a femtosol, and I'm working on that too. Follow the technique discussed in the task to get the lapse password. What is the lapse password for Cred's Harveston computer? All right, so let's see. We need to compromise or impersonate the BKM admin user. After compromising the right user, we can get the lapse password using the get admin PD password commandlet by providing the target machine with lapse enabled. So do you think they're kind of, I don't want to overcomplicate this. A lot of times what gets me into trouble is thinking that something is too easy here, but I feel like we have to... Hi Trent, how you doing? I feel like we're going to have to use run as to impersonate the BK admin user. Or no, we can just impersonate them with the password, right? We can just log in as them. What are we doing here? All right, let me read this again now that Trent is here. We found that the BK admin user is a member of the THM group reader, so in order to get the lapse password, we need to compromise or impersonate the BKM admin user. After compromising the right user, we can get the lapse password using that commandlet by providing the target machine with lapse enabled. It's going all right. I'm printing another one of those cases that I showed on Discord. Can anybody recommend a good ad blocker for YouTube? Because mine is no longer working for whatever reason. Did we crack the BK admin password, right? Or did we just get his has? No, we got the password. All right. Can we just log in as him? I use uBlock. I'll try that out. Does anyone use decentralized VPN like Tor? Is that considered decentralized? I've been meaning to get more into Tor, but let's see here. What am I doing? I want to see if I can just log in as like deeper network. I'm not familiar with that. Why do I keep pressing the wrong thing? Let's switch users. Sign out. So I can't just switch users? Which purchase wide slow? I don't follow. All right, so let's try using the run as command, shall we? And I think we did that once before in this room. Because I have not, as of yet, memorized the run as command. Your dictation wrote, which purchase wide slow? Which is why it's law. Ah, gotcha. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm distracted. Let's see here. Can I just ask the Oracle for a run as command? Give me run as command. Can I just... All right, let me try this. This does not look familiar to me. Not that I'm overly familiar with run as, but from what I've seen previously, this does not look familiar. So, run as / user bk admin, and then cmd. I don't know if that makes a difference, but whatever. Enter the password for bk admin. And that was the previous task, right? Keep thinking we were on task 7, but we are not. All right. Pass wizard 1, 2, 3. Okay. Is that what the run as command looked like previously in the other tasks? Because if it did, then I'm ashamed I didn't remember that. It's been a lot to take in, though. Alright, I do not use any decentralized VPNs, but I've heard good things about Orchid. Let's press Windows R, and then let's press Windows R, and we can start running to the Empire State Building. And of course, dictation wants to pick up what I write and write it 50,000 times. Run as user domain, user path. Why? I guess we have to do the domain, huh? Okay, maybe that was what was different previously. Was that it had the domain listed. Alright, anyways, we are impersonating BK admin as prescribed, as alluded to. We need to compromise. Okay, after compromising the right user, we can get the lap user's password using. This is in PowerShell again. I still don't know what the EX bypass does. Does anybody know yet? PowerShell. What I did worked for once. Yes. PowerShell. In fact, I'm so happy about that working. Let me tell you how I feel about it.
We're in.
We're in. We're in a command line interface. We're in a shell. All right, PowerShell, and then EX. You know what? I'm gonna ask around about what this does because I am very curious. What does this do? Question marks. The execution policy is set to bypass. PowerShell, right? This specifies okay. The parameter determines the conditions under which PowerShell loads configuration files and runs scripts. The bypass policy means that nothing is blocked, and there are no warnings or prompts. So it's basically let everything rock. This is often used in scenarios where you need to run scripts without any restrictions, such as running scripts on a system where the execution policy is otherwise set to a more restrictive level, temporarily allowing a script to run without changing the system-wide execution policy. Without any execution policy restrictions, regardless of the system's current execution policy. Note of caution: using the bypass execution policy can pose security. Oh my God! Using the bypass execution policy can pose security risks, as it allows any script to run without checks. It is generally recommended to use this option only when you trust the source of the scripts and understand the implications. I understand nothing, and I'm not gonna take any precautions either. So we're gonna run bypass. We're gonna bypass everything and get right down to it. Get admin password, computer name. Oh, computer name is that's the switch. And then I guess Creds Harveston is the computer name. They left off the G like a gangster. That's how gangsters talk in all the raps. Admin PWD password, computer name, Creds Harveston. Can't be that easy, can it?
Can't be that simple.
Apparently it's not that simple because I'm hitting return and nothing is happening. Get ADM PWD password, yeah, computer name Creds Harveston. What? We can get the lapsed password using the get admin pwd password commandlet by providing the target machine with lapse enabled. And Creds Harvesting is that machine. That's the target machine. We've encountered some sort of hang-up. It's important to know that in a real-world AD environment, the lapse is enabled on specific machines only. Thus, you need to enumerate and find the right target computer as well as the right user account to be able to get the lapse password. There are many scripts to help you with this, but we included the lapse toolkit PowerShell script in ctool to try it out. All right, but it's not necessary in this instance, right? This command should just do the thing. It's not doing... Okay, so apparently you have to hit the enter button 1 million times. And that's what makes it work. So you can say all you want that doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity, but it's also the definition of computer work. Follow the technique discussed in this task to get the lapse password. I did. What is the lapse password for Creds Harvesting Computer? It is THM lapse password. And I think I can copy from here to the browser, but not vice versa. I can. All right. We got it.
Wow. We got something.
We got something. That's a new meme. That's the the live stream debut of that meme. Which user is able to read lapse passwords? BK admin, right? What? Okay. Anyways, we're gonna get through the entire module tonight, I think. Is everybody excited? Is everybody hyped for finally finishing this up and then restarting it all over, but now with our newfound knowledge? Still don't have robot readings for this. In the previous tasks, the assumption is that we already had initial access to a system and we're trying to obtain credentials from memory or various files within the Windows operating system. In other scenarios, it is possible to perform attacks in a victim network to obtain credentials. I'm going to have to review that. I run into instances all the time where I need lapse passwords on machines when it is not stored in AD properly. Cool. I'm going to be reviewing the entire module so that the information coalesces, and I'm not just, following a step-by-step tutorial. This task will briefly introduce some of the windows and AD attacks that can be used to obtain the hashes. Before diving into more AD attack details, we suggest being familiar with Kerberos Protocol and New Technology Land Manager, NTLM, a suite of security protocols used to authenticate users. Why is this all the way at the end? We've known about all this and done all this. Kerberosting is a common AD attack to obtain AD tickets that helps with persistence. In order for this attack to work, an adversary must have access to SPN, service principal name, accounts such as IIS user, MSSQL, or some people say SQL, but that is incorrect. The canon way of it is saying MSSQL, and it was developed by Francois Sequel, and he has confirmed that that is the correct pronunciation. The Kerberoasting attack involves requesting a ticket-granting ticket and ticket-granting service, TGT and TGS respectively. This attack's end goal is to enable privilege escalation and lateral network movement. For more details about the attack, you can visit the AHM Persisting AD Room Text 3. All right. Let's do a quick demo about the attack. First, we need to find an SPN account or accounts, and then we can send a request to get a TGS ticket. Oh my god, with these commercials. We'll perform the Kerberoasting attack, that's a fun word, from the attack box using the get user spns.py Python script. Remember to use the THM red THM account with password as a password. Alright, enumerating for SPN accounts, and then that line. Wait, this is on the attack box. Oh, they said that. Using the user's SPN Python script. Remember to use the, okay. So it's giving, this is our IP address. This is the target IP address over here. Change them right, and it's going to prompt us for our password, which is password! With an exclamation point. Excuse me. I'm not nearly burping enough, so I'm going to drink more soda. All right, let's open up our attack box. Start machine anyways. Have any of you heard of that have Persisting? Sounds like another dictation issue there for... Otherwise, I have not heard of Persisting. Stig, I'm trying to figure out what that could be. This is going to take 100% of the time to load. Let's check in on how the print is doing. It's finished. Cool. So this is where the Ethernet ports go. This kind of forms a frame for the power port. It's like a micro USB. It's the Defense Information Systems Agency Security Technical Implementation Guide. I have not heard of it. But I guess it actually is Persisting, right? This is for like the reset button. This is the USB port reset buttons. And a new feature I've engineered into this is it's kind of like a lip here. So that when you put it in, I'm trying to figure out different ways to assemble this easily enough. Are you printing another one to make changes, improvements? Yes. I have to, I don't know if you saw like the hackers or the radical AdWord computer videos. Those took like 20 iterations to get right, and the full Dishagachi is probably at least, I mean, when I say 20, at least 20. This one I've managed to get right in probably about 3 or 4 iterations. This will be the 3rd iteration, and I'm not expecting it to be absolutely perfect, but this is the first time I've gotten to like the final case, what is probably the final case in under 10 iterations. So it's probably about 5 hours in CAD, and then typically this is going to throw my average off, but it'll probably be about let's see, 20, 40, 50 divided by 3 is probably about 17 iterations is the average then. SNA, that is super interesting. I'm going to look into that. That sounds like it might make some content. But yeah, so I'm getting to the point where the average is probably under 10 hours and under 20 prints. Yeah, I'm not going to do a slate case because those are pretty awesome looking on their own, and you don't necessarily have to open it up the way you have to open up the mango cases. So I'm going to leave that one alone. And of course it'll work with your version. I'm kind of partial to the carbon fiber texture build plates now, just because some of the holographic ones, they give me anxiety when they don't look perfect. I don't know, that's weird to say out loud, but that's how I feel about it. Okay, we got a split view here. Go to full screen. We're gonna snap this out. We're gonna get rid of this. Ooh, look at this, redundant. Look at that. One's lagging a little bit. We're gonna get rid of this one. And we're gonna finish up. This is kind of a long task. Let me read the questions. Sometimes you can put links in the chat. Sometimes you can't. It's kind of YouTube is kind of, it's an ad hoc basis. There's no real hard and fast rules. Enumerate for SPN users using the impact get users SPN script, which we're about to do. What is the service principal name for the domain controller? I'm working on a third version of my CyberDeck that I posted in the Discord a bit ago. Cool. I'm excited to see that. I would recommend posting it on our CyberDecks too, as much as I hate Reddit, and Reddit is a cesspool. It's good for certain communities.
How long have these meal kits been in my fridge?
Oh my god, these commercials are killing me. I was hoping to have it done by tomorrow for a trip I'm leaving for, so we'll see. Cool.
About life turn into questions about money. There's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from
I want to get. Does anybody have a recommended? Oh my god. Does anybody have a recommendation for smartwatches? I've been thinking of getting a smartwatch, if only so that I can control my music while I'm jogging, because I'm getting back into jogging now. Alright, we gotta do this thing. We're so close to the end. I can't keep slacking off. We're not that close to the end. I'm way up here. Alright, Python 3, opt, impact example, get users SPNs, pi, DC, IP, 1010, 20, 217, THM, red, THM request, users, SB, server, and those words. Let's do it. Python 3.9. Opt in packets exam pulls get user spns dot pi dash dc dash ip 10.10.20.217 thm dot red thm. What are the chances I've typed the cell out correctly? Request user svc user CMF. I'll check that one out. Samsung, cool. Where are you going for your whatever trip? And we're going to use the password. What was the password? It was like password with an exclamation point, but there was a zero. I'm guessing it was password exclamation point. No entries found. Is that because I did it wrong? It's the right IP. Looks like everything else is correct. Wait. Okay, I got a Indiana for a car show. We do it every year. When I was living in Kuwait, I fell in with a good group of people, and they're all rich, by the way, because the government shares their oil wealth with them. So he took me on a trip. We traveled all over America buying up classic cars to import into Kuwait, and we got a couple of old Mustangs. Let me double check this password. No, that's what I typed in. That's what I think I typed in. Okay, something went different this time. Can't read that whole thing. Password last set. Last logon. Never delegation name number. Okay. Password. Service principal name. That's the service principal name we need. This is one of the questions, isn't it? Copy 49 Dodge pickup. That sounds cool. For the wife and a 63 Oldsmobile 98. I like the old pickup trucks. Oh, for the domain controller. So that is not it. All right. Why would this... The output, okay, revealed that we have an SPN account, SVC users. Once we find the SPN user, we can send a single request to get a TGS ticket for the serve user using the request user argument. That's a lot of users. Output revealed that we have an SPN account, SVC user. Once we find the SPN user, we can send, is that the, why are they... Is there a difference between SPN account and SPN user? We can send a single request to get a TGS ticket for the serve user using the request user argument. That's a tongue twister. Serve user using the request user argument. My brain has turned to mush. Let's send it and see what happens this time. Maybe I just got the password wrong. No entries found. What's the problem here? It's the same. So this is enumerating for SPN accounts. This is requesting a TGS ticket as an SPN account. The only thing different between the two is that this one adds request user and CVC user. Oh, are they doing typos or are they trying to obfuscate what the answer is supposed to be? I think this is supposed to be CVA SVC THM. Edison, welcome back. I think I'm gonna give them the benefit of that out. Before I thought they were just screwing up. I think they're just obfuscating what the parameters are supposed to be. We'll find out. If this works, I'm going with the latter explanation. Whoa, what's going on? Now it is a matter of cracking the obtained TGS ticket using the hashcat tool M13100. Mode as follows. SPN hash users, okay.
What about hotels? Wait, hey Erica, how much am I spending on travel?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America.
Oh God, I hate this. I'm gonna find a new playlist with less commercials. Synthwave. No copyright. Which is a misnomer. Everything is a copyright. What they mean is royalty free. Synthwave, no copyright, no ads. Okay. Hopefully, this will do better. This is the homepage for the Security Technical Implementation Guide. YouTube nuked the link. Like I said, it's kind of an ad hoc basis, and no one really knows why it works when it does, and why it doesn't when it does not work. Alright, so spn.hash, did that just generate the hash for us? Or do we have to copy it into a file called SPN hash? let's just run it as is and find out. 0 -m 13100 13100 spn.hash user share word lists rocku.txt command hash not found. Did you mean I meant hashcat? I didn't even get what happened there. I was just about to brag that I didn't make any real bad typos this entire stream, and then all of a sudden, in my head, I jinxed it. Edison, if you can't send it through the chat, also please send it to my email. I confirmed that you were able to get through to my account. All right, here we go. Hashcat starting. Hash, SPN hash, Salt Lake exception. I don't think they mean that. Did it go through to my email? I will check after the stream. But it didn't go through chat. So this is the checksum, and then this here is the hash. Copy. All right. Nano spn.hash control V control shift V control X. Yes, and let's run that again and see if it works. Separator unmatched. What does that mean? I'm not typing out the 8 letters. Guys, we're so close to winning this all, to winning it all. Google's Advanced Protection Program? I am not familiar with that. I'm like 0 for 5 of your questions. I'm gonna have to do some extracurricular research. This has been fun, but let me just, let's see. What does the Advanced Protection Program entitle you to? Oh, come on. Let me copy this. Copy. Paste. Okay, so I think it doesn't want us to just... I think it wants us to type in the entire thing, even though only part of this is actually the ticket hash. I think it wants to see the entire thing. So let's nano hash it again. In fact, let's get rid of it because I don't know. I don't want to have to bother. Let's. Is it just RM? SPN.hash. Dir. Nope. Oh, dir works. That's crazy. Nano SPN.hash. And let's just paste in the entire thing using, remember to hitting the shift key there. Control X. Yes. Yes. Let's go back to our original command. No, our original command. Here we go. All right, so it's running. I think we got this. As much as Apple's advanced data protection, like end-to-end drive encryption, but at least it does more to safeguard your Google account. Cool. Now we might have a troll in the chat. There was a Norwegian troll movie that I kind of wanted to see. It kind of looked like the Norwegian equivalent of the South Korean movie The Host, kind of. It gave me The Host vibes. All right. Okay, stuff is happening. How many questions do we have? What's the name of it? Trolls? All right. We used to play a game in my family called It's Very Good. Okay, I'll check it out. We used to play a game in my family called Movie Quote Trivia. And my sister is horrible at it. And so I would give her like quotes that gave away the title. So one time I challenged her with Good Morning Vietnam. And she was like, wait, don't tell me. I've seen this one. Wake up Vietnam. Rise and shine Vietnam. And I was like, are you serious? All right. I am not going to miss where the password is here. Okay. It's not here. What is it this again? But we already have this password. It can't be that easy, guys. Can it be that easy? Can't be that simple.
Can't be that simple.
We're going to need to deploy some moderators. Just heard the N word somewhere in here. If needed, I'm down to be a moderator. Cool. I'll try to find out how to implement moderation. My ADHD messes with me on the spot recall ability, so I suck horribly at trivia. I always wondered how I'd fare in those, like, man on the street interviews where they're like, name one country in Africa. And, like, it seems so simple when you're sitting at home. But I wonder how I would do on the spot. Enumerate for SPN users using the Impact Get User SPN script. What is the service principal name for the domain controller? What? We're almost finished. We're so close. We're right here at the end. It's not BK add. Oh, right, because it's for the. Okay. Enumerate for SPN users. Okay, so we got to go back here. Whoa, I skipped over a bunch of stuff here. Oh, okay. Like as far as here. You should be able to do it from the YouTube live chat feed. I am currently in restream.io. I will look into it. The very first chat person, Bubba Seeds, seemed to be threatening me. Wonder what that was all about. All right, as rep roasting. All right, let's just read this before we attempt anything else here. As rep roasting is the technique that enables that we have so much momentum going right now at SNA. We haven't encountered a single roadblock. We're just about to finish up the module. We gotta keep going. As rep roasting is the technique that enables. That's not as fun as Kerber roasting. The attacker to retrieve password hashes for 80 users whose account options have been set to do not require Kerberos pre-authentication. This option relies on the old Kerberos authentication protocol, which allows authentication without a password. Once we obtain the hashes, we can try to crack it offline, and finally, if it is crackable, we got a password. We will get a password. The attached VM has one of the AD users configured with the do not require Kerberos pre-authentication setting. Before performing the srep roasting, we need a list of domain accounts that should be gathered from the enumeration step. In our case, we created a user list in the temp directory. The following is the content of our list, which should be gathered during the enumeration process. By the way, how's the levels for everything? In my ear, the music is rather loud, but it seems to be peaking within ranges. Following is the content of our list, which should be gathered during the enumeration process. We will be using the Impact Get NP Users script this time as follows. Get NP User script. What's the N stand for? GP would be group policy, right? Or what would it be? All right, we got to keep going. We're too close for all this nonsense. All right, here we go. We need an ad blocker for the music. Absolutely. Ludo recommended. When did he recommend? It's back here somewhere. But in the meantime, I have switched to a different playlist, which seems to have less ads in it. All right, here we go. Python 3.9, opt in packet examples. I must say this virtual attack machine isn't nearly as laggy as I remember it being. mpusers.py DC. This is where we're going to get the DC service name, principal service user name, or whatever it's called. User file temp users.txt. Here we go. I thought I was in the... Oh my gosh. Embarrassing.
What, your mom buy you a pewter for Christmas?
Why am I able to paste it here? No, okay, I'm pasting from before. I thought my cursor was in this window. It was in the other window. That made me feel as if my mom got me a pewter for Christmas. Get np users.py tc user file temp users.text. Man, Python 2.9. Oh my god. Unrecognized argument, DC user file. Okay, I'm missing something here. You know what? Let's expand this and see what I'm missing. Oh my gosh, I just closed a window. Is it? Let's see here. Okay, so I was missing a bunch of stuff there. So it's not DC user file. It's DC IP, then the IP, then THM red, then user file. Okay, good to know. How am I going to be able to... We're going to have to scroll and stuff. Why does it change my place every time? Oh, there's no way to scroll down here. Can I scroll in this window? I can. All right, here we go. Thanks for letting me know that there's no such argument. DC, oh, I can do Control Alt backspace. There we go. DC IP 10.10. Scroll. Who here likes Mystery Science Theater 3000? I'm not in the window anymore. AdGuard, I will try that. Although I think that sounds familiar. I might have... I don't know if you run too many, there's conflicts probably. Maybe that's my problem. 217 thm.red, and then we have a slash. Scroll. Dash user file temp users.txt. I'm gonna play like 20 minutes of meme clips when we complete this module. Oh my god. What happened? Why do I have... User file temp users.txt. Users file, okay.
YouTube Music app can sense what you like.
Oh, this is our first commercial of
Try 1 month free.
no such file directory temp users.txt. Shouldn't it just create it? No, I mean list, not change. Don't laugh at me. I don't know where this temp directory they're talking about. It's probably just about or just after root, right? Is this supposed to just... Okay, so it's saying there's no directory, though. Okay. I thought it would prompt me to save it. Is this going to do anything for us? Keep going. But I have a lot of crazy commands I typed in. Okay. JHM red. That seems like it might be incorrect. No, that is correct. Everything looks good to go. Get np users.py. Users file. All right, let's send it and see what happens, shall we? Invalid principal syntax. TCP, THMRED, users file, temp users. What was the error? Invalid principal syntax. Again, with the invalid principal syntax.
How long have these meal kits been in my fridge? 1 week? 2? How much am I spending on these? Hey, Erica, did my subscription go up?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save,
My monitor
only from Bank of America. What would you like?
is running low. Opt impact examples: get NP users pi DC IP 10 blah blah blah. I don't know if I would be able to complete any of these tasks if I didn't have access to ChatGPT, which is a sad thing to say, but Google search just doesn't work anymore. ChatGPT reminds me of the days when you could Google something and get an answer. Oracle is saying when you want to specify a user's file and domain, you need to provide a valid principal username or domain. I'm not... Oops, what happened? Oh. This is supposed to go in the list thing. Oh god, I'm not gonna be able to paste all this. Why did... Oh, that didn't work. Okay. I gotta use this crazy contraption here. No. Okay, good. Go away. Good job. Do the thing. Close. Illustrator. Control home. Admin Illustrator. Control X. Yes. What? Why? Users.txt. Yes. All right, there we go. So at first I thought it was generating the user's text file, but it's reading from it. All right, users don't require a pre-auth set. What's going on? Still invalid principal syntax. So we're not quite there yet, are we? Here's another... What was the question? This is some sort of hash, but is this an empty... What kind of hash is this? Once the tool finds the right user with no pre-authentication configuration, it will generate the ticket. So it's generating a ticket? Various cybersecurity and hacking tools also allow cracking the TGTs harvested from Active Directory, including Rubius and Hashcat. Impact Get NP users has the option to export tickets as John or Hashcat format using the format argument. OpenAI just announced Search GPT today. They're opening it up to some, and you can sign up for the waitlist. Interesting. You know what's weird is that ChatGPT doesn't have a way for you to search your conversations, which it needs. It was also telling people to eat glue or something too. Was it not supposed to? Were we not supposed to eat glue? God damn it. I gotta reevaluate my life choices. Like on an ongoing basis. SMB relay attack. The SMB relay attack abuses the NTLM authentication mechanism, NTLM challenge response protocol. Like, you can eat some glue though, right? The attacker performs a man-in-the-middle attack to monitor and capture SMB packets and extract hashes. For this attack to work, the SMB signing must be disabled. SMB signing is a security check for integrity and ensures the communication is between trusted sources. We suggest checking the THM. Oh no. I wonder if the other earbud has... It's not my favorite food. Oh, it's not working. Oh, it is working. Okay, I thought I would have to restart OBS for it to work. Liminar and Nibitinous poisoning. Link local modalcast name resolution Liminar and NetBIOS name service Nibitinous help local network machines to find the right machine if DNS fails. For example, suppose a machine within the network tries to communicate with no existing DNS record, DNS fails to resolve. In that case, the machine sends multicast messages to all network machines asking for the correct address via Liminar or Nibitinous. The Nibitinous and Liminar poisoning occurs when an attacker spoofs an authoritative source on the network in response to the link local multicast. Just having the earbud in the other ear makes my voice all weird and in my head, and I can't read right, or I can read less right than usual. In response to the link local multicast name resolution Liminar and NetBIOS name service Nibitinous traffic to the requested host with host identification service. If you want to learn more about the attack, we suggest checking the THM breaching AD room. The end goal for SMB relay and the Liminar and Nibitinous poisoning attacks is to capture authentication NTLM hashes for a victim, which helps obtain access to the victim's account or machine. Great. Let's see here. I've gotten Sonic because concentrating. Let's do a quick demo about the attack. First, we need to find an SBN account. Then we can send a... This only returned one user, though. Try replicating the steps against the attacked VM by finding the SPN user. I did fall asleep. I went into a trance. So I was saying at the top of the stream too, like this is how it goes. We start out strong and then I kind of space out towards the end. Enumerate for SPN users using the impact and get users SPN script. Okay, that makes sense to me. Kind of. Enumerate for SPN users, just all of them, any of them?
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business.
Because here it looks like we're...
Take it in person and go big. Like,
do we need credentials to run this, or are we running this against this particular user?
grow with Shopify. Sign up today at shopify.com.
By Google Gemini confirmed. Confirmed. If I don't specify a user, will it just run them all or what? Let's see, shall we? Oh, I can't copy, well, I can copy and paste it. Let's speed this up with copying and pasting. Clear. And now let's go into here and paste. The following arguments are required. Target. Yeah, no kidding. Wait, what is the service principal name for the domain controller? Does this scroll? I think it's just up here. What is the most secure operating system in the world? I don't know. I think it's a hardened version of Linux, right? Graphene is pretty secure for, I think that's for Androids. Search. Service. Principal name. How many times did it find it? Doesn't say. Okay. So it's got to be CV service THM, right? What's the question again? For the domain controller. This is the only thing that if I didn't have the little asterisk there, I have no idea. Other than I guess this is under name. Oh, Tails, yeah, that's the other one I was thinking of. For you it's cubes. I'll look into it. Alright, here we go, guys. I think this is it. Trent, I think you missed my glue eating joke. If you get a chance, rewind and... I thought the delivery was very good. Alright. Yay! We did it! We completed the module. Guys, this requires all the clips.
Planet! Hike the planet! Hike the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Hike the planet! Hike the planet!
Hackers of the world unite.
All right, we did it. This is what it looked like to me. In my mind, that's what we accomplished with getting that last answer correct. All right. Conclusion. I feel like I know a little bit more. I feel like I know enough to start studying for the PMPT. That's about it. Recap. In this room, we discussed the various approaches to obtaining users' credentials, including their local computer and domain controller, which concluded the following. We discussed accessing Windows memory, dumping in a LSAS process, and extracting authentication hashes. We discussed Windows Credentials Manager and methods to extract passwords. Reading about, cybersecurity and technology is not the same as reading anything else, like a regular news article. Everything is a tongue twister. We introduced the Windows Lapse feature and enumerated it to find the correct user and target to extract passwords, but I think I'm getting better at reading again. Out loud. We introduced AD attacks, which led to dumping and extracting users' credentials. The following tools may be worth trying to scan a target, files, memory, etc. For hunting sensitive information, we suggest trying them out in the enumeration stage. Snaffler. Seatbelts. Lasagne. Control bookmark. Control bookmark. Control bookmark. All right, guys. What do you think? They're going to do confetti. We're going to get confetti. Yay! Congratulations. You have completed this room. After about 2 months, we have completed the entire module. Whew. Do we get bonus points for completing a module? Or just to go by room? View profile. Did I change in my ranking? I better have. I'll be disappointed if I didn't. Where is my percentage? Oh, still only top 7%. We've completed 2 or 3 rooms since the last change in ranking. Anyways, I'm not going to let that bring me down because, this is a milestone. I feel very good about it. The last 2 weeks, I've gotten a lot accomplished between the patents, fixing my bike, designing a new case, cloning pineapples, fixing my computer, upgrading my network attached storage. I don't know why all of a sudden, I'm just getting good at finishing up projects. But I'm hoping to set a new establish a trend, I guess, and get my act together, get my life back on track. All right. A little anticlimactic. I should have bought like poppers and fireworks and stuff, sparklers or something. Also, cool. Congratulations. We've received 100 messages today. The Wi-Fi pineapple is not an edible pineapple. What? But you can eat a little of it, right? The antennas at the very least. So in addition to completing the module and the room, we have received 100 messages, so we've hit a new highlight. I mean, you could eat it, right? Yeah. It's probably like those desiccant things where they're like, don't eat them, but you can eat them. Anyways, I don't know what else to say. I'm just kind of at a loss for words. Everything is eatable at least once. That's a great. That's a motto I'm gonna live by and die by. You can sniff the Wi-Fi networks. I don't know about eating them. What a great journey it's been. Special thanks to Trent for always being there for me and correcting my syntax errors and pointing out where I've gone astray and putting me back on track. Thank you, Addison, for joining us as of late and keeping our spirits high. And yeah, I guess that's all there is to say. I don't have... This kind of concludes... I guess I haven't been scheduling the streams on I might schedule them retroactively just so I have a historical record of when I stream. But that's gonna end. I'm gonna take a little live streaming hiatus. Aside from maybe off-topic Tuesdays, I might start streaming some video gaming. During, just having sort of a downtime thing. When I come back in about a week, hopefully I won't take off more than a week, I'm going to probably look at the rest of the red team path. Let's take a look at it right now. And of course, I do truly intend to redo the Active Directory module. I feel like I'm saying module too much. Doing it over now, knowing what I know, knowing what I know now. I wish I knew now what I knew then. No, just strike that, reverse that. My rooms. Was I on the red teaming path or... Let's see here. Let's go back. No notification. Okay. I think at the top there's learning paths, then modules, then rooms, and then tasks, right? There's only 2 or 3 learning paths. Red teaming, fundamentals. It doesn't show me what I've completed here. I wonder if I can start... I wonder if I can live stream some of the PMPT coursework, or if they would be mad about that. I'll ask. You know what you know now, and now you now know what you know. Wait now, I don't. Wait now, I don't know. I don't know either. Man, it feels like there should be like some sort of pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. I should have prepared some sort of celebratory something for finishing this. Anyways, any comments, questions, or concerns before I sign off? Oh, the music stopped. It's because we're in the denouement stage of the live stream. Any parting words? I won't see anybody for probably the next week. Maybe even more. We'll see. But I'm going to be more active in Discord as a result, probably. Trent says, thanks for the stream as always. Edison, let's celebrate by letting the stream run a little longer. I'm out of ideas, though. I don't have any of my video games queued up. We could do like a video gaming victory lap. Alright, that was a little longer. Anyways, thank you very much for joining us. We have accomplished quite a lot in the last 2 months. We should have got it done in probably about a month's time, but there were a lot of technical difficulties, people vandalizing the servers. Life interrupted me a number of times, but we got it done. We can just chat. Okay. We can chat for the next 10 minutes. Take it away. I'm excited about the... Oh, you know what I'm going to do after this? I'm going to start working on the pineapple videos. So that'll be fun for me. Let's see the pat. Oh, cool. Yeah, okay. Let me break this out. And I will describe it for Edison. So the other day I submitted a patent. I should post the other patents too. So the first patent I ever wrote was like a gajillion pages long. It was when I was at the SUNY Fredonia Tech Incubator. And that was a patent for... What was the name of it? Let me look it up. I can show that one too. We'll do a retrospective of patents. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a moment. Current projects. I should just have a folder that says patents. Or patent stuff. Something to that effect. Bear with me. It literally put your server as a government authorized server. It's pretty cool. New search. All right. Patents. So I have... Oh, in addition to being authorized, you're monitored. That's not great. That doesn't sound like fun. Patent and legal notices .eve. What's an EVE file? All right, let me queue up the patent anyways. It was off topic. There's a taco because Taco Tuesdays and off topic Tuesdays kind of mesh there. All right, well, I'm searching for the other ones. I'll just go over this one. So basically what it is let's see the specifications. Okay, let's not, okay, hold on. It's downloading it. Now I gotta open it. Kind of apprehensive about. I've got like 18 windows open. Okay, so it's a monitor-mounted organizational framework for accommodating personal and workspace effects. So basically, there's some of this is pretty boring. But basically what it is if we see the figure here. No, okay. Basically, there's 2 arm receptacles that are VESA compliant, and you can bolt into the back of your monitor arm bracket. And then those arm receptacles receive arms, 2 on the left and 2 on the right. And those protrude out from the monitor brackets to either side of the monitor. And onto those arms slide sleeves. And then the sleeves have what I call in the patent accommodating apparatuses, things to hold things such as cell phones, stream decks, tablets, webcams, lights. I even have a Xbox 360 Kinect on my monitor. And so the advantages it secures are that it's a more secure way of like attaching things to your monitor. A lot of the solutions currently either rest on your monitor like webcams, or there's some sort of like clamping or screw device that holds your cell phone to your monitor. And those aren't very secure, and they're not secure enough to really allow interaction with them. So like if you clamped your cell phone to the monitor, I wouldn't go poking at the screen because it's all gonna fall off. But because this is a physical extension of the monitor's ARM framework, everything's super secure, it's modular, customizable, and it facilitates interaction in a number of ways. So the cell phone example, but then also with the webcam, the resting webcams, they're kind of dependent upon the orientation of your monitor for their own orientation. They're parented to your monitor in terms of transformation value. But with this setup, you can, because it's so secure, you could have pan and tilt functionality, even manual pan and tilt functionality. You could orientate it against the monitor, so you're not relying on the monitor for its own orientation. So that's pretty cool, and I'm looking to try to, what I want to do with it is license it out to a company like Elgato or Logitech, Shark Tank style. Fun fact, before Shark Tank, Shark Tank is a spin-off of a Canadian show called Dragon's Den. And it's filmed in Toronto, which is not too far from Buffalo. And I actually auditioned and was accepted into Dragon's Den for a augmented reality virtual pet type thing. It was like a life-size dinosaur. I'll have to post it somewhere else. And I was accepted to be on Dragon Dens until they found out that I wasn't a Canadian system. So, oh my God, why can't I talk? Until they found out I wasn't a Canadian citizen. So the CBC is funded almost entirely by the Canadian government. And so as a result, they dictate certain things like you have to have Canadian citizens as contestants and stuff. So I didn't get to go on. Here's the assembled view from the back. Here's the assembled view from the front. Here's my prototype version. And Edison, what I'm looking at here is my monitor. And so to the right of the monitor, I can accommodate 2 cell phones stacked on top of each other, like one above, one below. So I have my previous work phone. It's an iPhone up there. And then beneath that is my Samsung S9, which I used to take the picture, so it's not currently in the cradle. Below that is my tablet / Stream Deck, and above that is another cell phone. So below the monitor is the Stream Deck, and then above the monitor is another cell phone. And the light and the webcam just kind of rest. I haven't really modified them to make use of the framework yet. Canada is hardcore about their citizenship stuff. They've really gone downhill lately, Canada. And so I think this is one of my cooler inventions. And the thing is, unlike some of the other ones, it's kind of a universal thing. Everybody has desktop clutter and they need to organize it. And the best way is to make use of the space above and around the monitor. Get it up off the desk. And I say that in the patent. What is the wording I use? It says, Mark Twain once quipped, buy land, they're not making any more. Real estate is valuable, and if you work in front of a computer, you know that desktop real estate is in especially short supply and high demand. This is because rather than fulfilling its paperless office promise, technology has created more clutter than it has made redundant. Modern desktop disorder consists of cell phones and tablets, laptops and speakers, stream decks, mixers, and other assorted computing and electronic input and output devices. In addressing analogous space constraints, a common phrase in real estate development is, if you can't build out, build up. The present disclosure seeks to do just that by capitalizing on the vacant area above the workspace adjacent to the monitors. Current solutions for utilizing monitors to accommodate workspace effects typically take one of 2 modalities, resting and clamping. A webcam may serve as an example of the resting variety, while a cell phone holder may serve as an example of the clamping variety. And so it kind of goes on from there. Basically, in a patent, you have to tell what the prior art is, what the current solutions are, how this elicits advantages over previous solutions, and you also have to describe how to make it and use it. And then you have to typically have drawings accompanying it, and you have to describe the illustrations and texts too. This is a provisional patent, so I don't have to have claims. The claims are the most important part of it. But basically, what a provisional patent does is it gives you a year to shop it around. And at the end of the year, you have to file a non-provisional patent, which is the real deal patent. And the real deal patent then has to be examined, and they have to accept it into the patent office as an actual patent and then grant you patent protection. So this is kind of quasi pseudo patent protection, at least for a year. Do you have to get as detailed as material types, etc.? Not necessarily. You just have to make clear that the invention you're describing is just one embodiment of the invention, and that the invention can take several different forms. And so you really have to narrow down exactly what it is that you're inventing and patenting. In fact, sometimes it's not to your advantage to be too detailed, because you want to have as broad a protection as possible. So Yeah, not necessarily. Let's see. Let me see if my search came up for the other patent stuff. I have them somewhere. Why don't I have them here? They must be on my USB somewhere. All right, so here's the first patent I ever wrote. This is a non-provisional. By the way, nice, thank you. Never heard of InfraGard. I have heard of it, but I'm not super familiar. Sounds like it could make some good money. I hope so. This first one was method of customization in commerce using gaming implemented by software. And so basically what this describes is a way to create goods in-game and have them manifested as a physical product. So an example of that is NBA 2K or 2K NBA or whatever that basketball game is. They had to deal with Nike. This is after my patent came out, by the way, or the non-provisional, or the provisional rather, where you could customize your sneakers in-game and then order them as an actual pair of sneakers. And so this is actually out there making millions, but I wasn't able to capitalize on it. When it came time to examine it, so the second stage is after you have a provisional patent, you have to have a non-provisional like a year later, and then the patent office examines it, and they tell you whether or not they're going to accept it. The first time around, they never accept it. You got to argue why they should, and then they either do or don't accept it in the second stage. And for that part, you really need a lawyer. Anyways, the note I got back from the first round of examination was, you can't patent this, number one, and number two, it's already been patented. So they were very, very self-contradictory in their reasoning, and I wasn't able to pursue it because at the time, this was when I had my company at the SUNY Fred Tech Incubator, and they were extorting me for spots on the board, and the company kind of fell apart around this time. So that was sad. And then the other non-provisional that I filed was, where'd it go? Nope. Let's go for the PDF. Wall-mounted video game arcade cabinet system. That one's self-explanatory. I don't have to go into a lot of detail about that. Where are the drawings for it? I don't have the... But basically, it's an arcade cabinet. Instead of being 1 ton of MDF and plywood, it just mounts to your wall. Which is a great idea because it looks better and it's out of the way. Trent, I forgot to ask you, did you attend that sneak conference thing this morning? I completely forgot about it. I slept in on account of, I wasn't feeling super good. But I've seen a lot of wall-mounted arcade systems since then. I was the first one to invent it. Hey Mike, when I sent that email, did it contain a PGP signature? I did not see one, no. So this is about the ugliest implementation of my invention there is. I posted my invention in the forums, in an arcade forum, and since then there have been a lot of companies that do this sort of thing. So these are hobbyists, which I don't care about, but then companies started producing them. One Up does some wall-mounted arcade systems, a couple other companies too. Edison and I will double check for the PGP signature, but I didn't see it. This one's kind of nice looking. Why doesn't mine show up? Mine is the first ever. It should show up. So you can see these are a bunch of commercial offerings. But I wasn't able to capitalize on that invention either, just because a lot of... Ooh, here's a whole arcade of wall-mounted machines. These don't... Some of them look good and some of them look awful. Why is mine not showing up anywhere? I think I called it the wall candy cab. What email server do I use? I don't even know, because I just migrated all my hosting. Ooh, this one looks awesome. Is this just a render? Mine looks kind of like that. It has a lot of soft edges. Let's search for the specific terms here. Oh, you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. Let me break this out here. Alright, if I search the specific terms, they come up. So this is the first ever wall-mounted arcade cabinet. This is my invention. I know I keep saying that like I'm bragging. I am bragging, because it's spawned a host of imitators since then. But that's what it looks like. It's playing Marvel off a Raspberry Pi. And again, this is right around the time, I think this is shortly after the company collapsed. And so I wasn't able to capitalize on the non-provisional patent. And then, let's see here. Arcade. Forum projects. But if you look at the date of my posting, it's definitely the first ever. Wall mounted arcade. So this is what I was looking at previously. So these are the commercial offerings. Anyways, all right. It actually did have a web server open. It just has a 404 page. It also didn't have HTTPS. What didn't? The Cyberspace Man Mike site? Did I let my certificate expire? I thought they made it so that they don't expire anymore. Anyways, that's it for me tonight. We completed the module. Very excited about that. I'm going to go on and study for the PMPT exam. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Once again, thank you very much for joining me. And I'm going to go work on those pineapple tutorials. Cool. Final questions, comments, or concerns? Cool, man. Have a good one. Appreciate it. I joined. I enjoyed you joining too. Don't eat too much pineapples or glue. I learned that today. Valuable life lessons. You shouldn't eat everything that ChatGPT tells you to. All right. It's been fun. A great 2 months. We get a lot accomplished. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Good night. I'm going to send us out on a Hack the Planet.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!